Hey guys, it's Belle, and today we are going to be reacting to some MrBeast drama. Some parts of this video will be cut out because probably, I don't know, because the Chris Tyson situation. You probably understand if you know what I'm talking about. So if some things from this original video are cut out, then well, also because this is, I know there are a lot of minors on this channel, so I'm gonna keep that on the downside. I'm more in looking forward, like I'm looking at the Beast Games drama, so yeah, so. And we're going to be reacting to this for the first time, so yay! We've got MrBeast drama. So yeah.
Have just dropped and it's not looking good for Jimmy. So last time we talked about Dogpack 404's viral video where a former MrBeast employee exposes Jimmy for allegedly conducting illegal lotteries towards children, promoting gambling, faking his videos, forging signatures, manipulating who wins the prizes and monies in his game shows, and mostly giving it to his friends and employees rather than random viewers.
Now, so with the all these allegations, they are just allegations, you guys. They're not all of them are confirmed, although some of them are more believable than others, but they're allegations, and that doesn't mean they're necessarily true. So calm yourselves.
I mentioned in my last video that MrBeast was actually caught in the same Discord server where Chris Tyson was openly sharing.
See, this is what I heard. That Chris Tyson was on a Discord server with a bunch of minors and was sharing interesting images to these minors. So I am not putting all of this in there. So yeah, but
on to minors. And now we have allegedly confirmation that it was indeed the real Jimmy, and it is seemingly provable by searching the archives and seeing that his account is linked to the MrBeast gaming channel, which is not possible unless you own the channel and can log in.
Okay, so yeah. So yeah, he his channel is linked into in the Discord, which means that it's actually him. That just makes it a lot better.
Meaning essentially, MrBeast lied in his response, saying that he just became aware of Chris's actions in the past few days, when in reality, he knew all along. As we know, he had the lollipop art hanging from his living room wall, and he was in the same server as Chris, sending messages, and he was best friends with Chris for over a decade, and defended him until the recent drama. Now, it actually gets worse for MrBeast and Chris, because 500,000 messages have been released to the public from that Discord server. Keep in mind, this is after Chris and his squad wiped out every message that they thought was incriminating, but there's still so many left. Moreover, Lava, one of the victims who was groomed by Chris, now recognizes that it was inappropriate and wrong what was happening in the server. So let's go over these messages.
I'm gonna skip the messages. If you guys want to see the actual thing, I have the original video linked down below or in the description, so you guys can watch this video for yourself and see the parts that I clip out, because I don't want minors on my channel seeing some of these things. So yeah.
Now we gotta move on to the MrBeast Games situation. Basically, MrBeast is doing an Amazon show called Beast Games, and it's essentially one of his videos, but on a very wide scale, right? And tons of people are coming out with so many allegations that the environment was incredibly unsafe, with allegedly people being denied medication, being beaten by other contestants, given very little food, some allegations that girls were tackled and assaulted by guys on the show with zero repercussions.
Wouldn't they have been eliminated from the competition though? Isn't that how game shows work? So wouldn't they have been... That just sounds horrible.
Cautions. MrBeast is a monster. MrBeast's alleged contestant speaks out, claims unfair teams and contestants being defressed after. MrBeast just wants to psychologically disturb people.
They eliminated 400 people the first day. Those 400 people, the majority of them were forced by the other team members to be on the specific team they were. Some were just about like physically like assaulted to be put onto one team, which ended up making it like the weakest team since it was a lot of like elderly people.
Wait. So what I'm getting here is that he made them choose their own teams. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So he this just sounds like it was horribly planned.
Women and people that just, I mean, they weren't willing to take on 6 guys that were surrounding them trying to take their vests so that they can actually be on that. Of the 400 people that left, the majority of them, I'd say at least half, are all extremely depressed. Like, MrBeast is a monster, and the games that he does are really cruel and sick. I mean, there are a lot of updates that I'm gonna give. I made a video last night when I was prepared and planning on last night. It was supposed to be $1,000. That's like nothing. 4 months. It was going to take 4 months to get to me, as MrBeast and his staff knew that I was homeless and had nothing when I went on the show, and I had to buy stuff for wardrobe to be on the show. Many people, sometimes they hadn't gotten their medication for like 2 days. Some of it was like epileptic medication, like really vital, necessary medication.
You know, blowing it out of proportion, or she's just salty that she lost the game.
Maybe, but if you guys know me enough, you will know that I don't mess around with suicide things because of my best friend. So it makes me believe it more when she says that. They said that she might be, you know, milking it, but like, it's a very extreme thing to do. So, I don't know. I don't know. That's really bad.
And she's a sore loser. Now, that could be the case, but considering she said she wants to game end herself, that would seem sort of serious. Also, you'd think that MrBeast would help out one of the sort of homeless contestants, seems like in line with his values, but apparently not. Now, the only reason I showed this person is because there's also tons of other people coming out saying the same thing.
See, that makes it more believable, is when it's more people, not just one, but multiple people that say this exact same thing around the same exact time. And it's like, it's not one, it's not just 2, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know how many, but there's plenty. So, you know, it's kind of, and they all have the same story too, I think. I mean, I know a little bit about the games thing. I did not know about the... there's a lot I didn't know about, but I do know that there's a lot of people that are claiming this stuff, and all their stories are like the same, almost. Like, down to the... I don't actually know what the things are, but they're like, it's this... I didn't look much into this. I just know that there's a lot of stuff going on, and I mostly heard about the Chris Tyson stuff, and it makes me scared to ever meet. So, it makes me scared to ever meet him, so. Jimmy, I mean.
And nurses in nearby hospitals where MrBeast filmed, saying that there were people severely injured.
See, and also nurses confirming this. Also, just, you know, maybe not all of it is true, but a lot of it could be. So, because the nurses were, there were people injured. Definitely, because like nurses are confirming it, and a lot of people are saying that they were injured, and you know, crazy stuff, I guess. So,
and the conditions were super inhumane, right? Where people were denied medication and food and proper hygiene. Now, a blast from the past for Rosanna Pansino, the YouTuber with like 15 million subs, who was complaining about MrBeast height, made 2 videos about this. Here is the first one.
I wanted to keep you guys updated on what I've been hearing about MrBeast's Beast games. Since I posted my video yesterday, I've pretty much been talking with more people involved with the show all day. At this point, I've lost track, but I think it's nearing like 100 people who have reached out to me with their stories. Each person has their own experience and their own opinion.
Weren't there like 5,000 people in the frickin' Beast Games thing? Or somewhere around there? And 100, it's, you know, it's not much compared to that, but it's still a lot. So 100 people coming to this person and saying that's 100 people coming to this person and saying all their like stories and whatever. So and a lot of these stories are with the Beast games too, and so it's like, I don't know, it seems very believable. Because so many people are saying this, so I mean, it's hundreds or 100.
Break my heart. I have never heard of anything like this on any set. So today I want to read a statement from another contestant who shares many of the same experiences with the other stories that I'm hearing.
Okay, there's going to be a lot of reading. Feel free to skip this part, but I'll try to interject my commentary and let you know what I actually think. I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad. People were having seizures because they weren't getting medication, even though we were promised we would. It was 100% rigged and presented as though the games would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are...
Squid Games? I mean, I guess I could see Squid Games, Hunger Games, I suppose, yes.
That was not at all the case. The games were about speed and strength. I assume this is similar to the Netflix show Physical 100.
Speed and strength, weren't there elderly people in Beast Games? This is bad, bruh.
So only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women and elderly people that were casted. To make things worse, men started realizing they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls...
But why weren't they being eliminated? This makes me mad.
Tackled and passed out on the field and dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones.
They dragged people off the field, like 2 girls off the field after they passed out, just so they could keep filming and not have 2 passed out people in the background. So they do not care. They actually do not care at all.
For women. This is straight out of an absolute horror show, and the fact that multiple people are coming out with this is absolutely insane. I'm really hoping some contestants come out who haven't signed NDAs and let us know if all of this is true or false, because this is an insane scandal. We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours. Food would run out and people would fight, steal, and hoard food. What kind of sick game was this? I thought this was a regular MrBeast video, but they're fighting over food and water? Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads.
As a girl, that would be so painful. I mean, not physically. I don't feel mine. Not something many people know. Belle lore time. I don't feel my periods. I don't feel pain from them. I don't feel anything from them except, you know, an uncomfortableness for like the first or second day, and then I'm fine. And I can literally, you know, hop, skip around, run around, do whatever I want after that point. It's just annoying to wake up in the middle of the night. But it's also difficult, and it's also really annoying because I don't feel anything. So I can't know when I start. So I've had a lot of accidents. All right, let's continue.
Also sleep deprived, only allowed to sleep 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor on the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag. They offered anyone who lost $1,000 to sign away their rights to join any kind of class action lawsuit of any kind. That is an insane thing to even offer in the first place. Isn't that implying that you've already done something really wrong? I didn't sign, so I did not get the money. After the article came out and things started blowing up, they called everyone back and decided to offer an additional $1,000 per person to make up for the inconveniences.
I'm at a loss for words, bruh. I have no words. I have no words for this. This is actually insane. This is actually insane. I don't really have that many words to say about this. That's why I'm quiet whenever I'm watching. I'm like, my face says it all, okay?
They knew it was bad because they also offered to provide therapy sessions using their own insurance. And it wasn't Amazon Prime that called me, it was the MrBeast crew. So this therapy session would coincide with what that woman was saying about how she wanted to neck herself. I mean, initially I did think it was a bit far-fetched because it's a game show. But if what they're saying is true and you were beaten and starved, I mean, yeah, you would want to neck yourself and you need therapy sessions, right? I mean, this would be an insane story to make up by 10 different people at the same time. I mean, that's kind of crazy to me. So I'm inclined to believe at least some of this stuff happened. Possibly they're exaggerating, but at least a lot of the bad things did happen here. We were set up to fail, and when men started tackling people to get them out, nothing was done about it. They were not even eliminated. The game that had to do with the briefcase, it literally felt like Hunger Games. While MrBeast is standing on his podium, looking down, watching all of us peasants fight for a chance at $5 million. I know it's a game show, and even with the waiver, it's a company's responsibility to have safety protocols in place to try to prevent injuries. That is not what was happening here. The fact that there were nurses at the hospital in Las Vegas are also confirming all the injuries that happened is proof they did not have to sign an NDA. So this is what gives the most credibility to this situation, because even in the article it mentions that, yeah, the nurses are confirming these stories as well, because they were getting a sudden influx of injured people, and it was all coming from the MrBeast challenge, dude. And I think the reason this happened is because MrBeast is used to dealing with 100, 200 people at a time, maybe. And he went straight to 5,000 or something, like way more than he can handle. And, you know, he didn't have the staff. He didn't have the sort of team to handle all of this. And this absolutely blew up in his face. Here we got yet another contestant with another story. I was expecting for this competition to be hard, but I did not expect to endure what I did. It was a shit show, to say the least. I believe they were in over their heads and did not plan very well. Here are some of the things I experienced. No one was using a microphone to make announcements, so it was very hard to hear what production was saying. A lot of things got missed. I had to hear through the grapevine about certain things, like when they had Gatorade, when we could go to medical, and when they had snack bags. This just seems like a really poorly organized event that...
Right? A poorly organized event that just leads to an absolute chaotic mess. Like, you really have to plan this stuff. But literally, so if I were to make a game show, I'd have rules. I'd have no beating people, nothing that causes any injuries. And if I'd have like a medical staff on hand just in case if anything bad were to occur. I'd have medical supplies. I'd have as much food as I'd need for the amount of people that would be there and for how long they would be there. So, yeah, and water too. Or water for that same thing. And because MrBeast is like a whatever millionaire crazy, how much money he makes, he definitely could have done that, probably. So, I don't know. It just sounds bizarre to me that it's just, you know, one of the most popular, the biggest YouTuber on the planet can't even organize this correctly. It's messed up, and honestly, most of it is common sense. People need a lot of food, and you need the food to be able to last for how long it is, and for how many people will be there. It's literally common sense. This just pisses me off.
Absolute disaster, you know? They handed out
absolute
undergarment
disaster.
bags to everyone alphabetically by last name. I did not receive my undergarments until the second day of filming.
The second day of filming? That's outrageous, bro.
The first competition, they hadn't fed us in a while and I was feeling lightheaded. I asked someone if they had anything to eat and they told me to push through and basically suck it up.
Okay, that's straight up mistreating your freaking contestants. Again, these are allegations, but this just seems... I'm mad. Because it's multiple people, and nurses were saying that people were hurt. So I'm just like, I'm thinking that this is probably true. So I'm mad. I'm mad about it. But obviously these are allegations, but, as you could tell, I talk with my hands as well. I just noticed that I've been doing this a lot is because I express with my hands as well. If you guys don't ever notice that from anything I ever do, so yeah.
Food, peasant? Not here in the MrBeast realm. This is a dojo, alright? You don't get food, pal. On the first day after 12 hours of having contacts in my eyes, I asked someone if I could go to medical to take them out and they told me no. I witnessed 2 people that had seizures and it took medical several minutes for them to get there.
That's what I'm not understanding. Why are people having seizures at these games? What's going on? I don't know. There are people having seizures apparently, and why though? I don't know what's going on, but something is going on and it's wrong. So
Assuming this happened because they did not have access to medication, but I could be completely wrong. Medics should have been on the field 24/7, ready to go at all times. Why are people having seizures at your event,
right?
MrBeast? What the heck? I heard people were being pushed and shoved by males. I received an email yesterday checking how they're going to check footage and because they take violence seriously. They should have done this during the game and not after the fact.
They're eliminating people after the game? I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is stupid. This is stupid. I'm disappointed in people. So yeah.
The challenges were definitely geared towards strong and fast men. Yeah, I mean, if you got eliminated and then the next day you realized they cheated, that would be completely messed up and probably illegal. Like, because despite the fact that this is like a game show or whatever the hell, they have to follow certain rules, or you're just, I don't know, wasting people's time and essentially lying to them and breaking your contract. When all the contestants arrived back to the hotel, we were supposed to have flights booked for us to go home. I woke up the next day and with no flight information. With so many contestants trying to go home, I heard they would not have all the flights booked until a few days later. That is so messed up. I had to book my own flight and use money out of my own pocket because I couldn't wait that long because I had to return to work. They're going to reimburse us, but there's no telling when I will see the money. They gave out Feastable chocolates. Oh yes, the 30 grams of sugar. Gotta load everyone up with some diabetes real quick. My group hoarded chocolate because we weren't sure when the next...
I've had the chocolate before. It's actually not that good. It's actually one of the worst chocolates I've ever had in my life. His chocolate is not even that good. I'm just... you guys can say, you know, that you guys can like the chocolate. I'm just saying, me personally, it's not good. I don't like it. I don't like the taste. I don't like the texture. I'd like to eat my Hershey's bars anytime more than these Feastables that MrBeast has. Just saying.
Feed us, and we were afraid we would get hungry. I mean, honestly, this stuff sounds straight out of a survival horror movie or something like that, where there's some evil game show lord who is messing with the peasants and shit like that. I don't know how much of this is legit, how much of this is confirmed, but I can't say that.
Like, exactly, how much is it? How much of it is confirmed? And also, they shouldn't have to worry about food and water during a competition like this, especially by someone who has a lot of money and a lot of, you know, they could get the resources that they need for a game show that lasts, you know, from whatever amount of days or weeks or somewhat how long the freaking Beast Games production and filming was. They could have... You need to prepare for these kind of things. They weren't prepared. These are living human beings. I can't handle anymore. I'm gonna stop filming because I can't deal with this, bruh. This is insane. It's actually insane. So, yeah. That's the reaction because I can't do this, bruh. This is actually insane.